Okay. All right. Let's pivot here to pick six, brought to you by BetMGM. Place your money line, prop parlay, and same game parlay bets at BetMGM. Download the app today. Please gamble responsibly. Each week, we're going to pick six games against the spread. Mark has got his deuce dog of the week. I can't hear it. Oh, it's just whimpering. You're not the deuce dog is not in full bite mode. That's all right. We'll get to that a little bit later. We remind everybody listening and watching, these lines are current as of Tuesday and can change. All right, guys, I'm going to start with a trivia question for the two of you. Michigan fell over the weekend, so who now has the longest current winning streak in FBS?
No, they don't, because they lost.
Missouri?
Nope.
I plead the fifth. Who is
okay,
it?
No problem. Arizona at number 9. Yeah. And Friday night in primetime on Fox. It is one of two ranked matchups this weekend.
What's
Arizona.
What's the number?
Arizona's at number 20, and they've won 9 straight. Okay. They're on the road at
Is
Kansas
Big Noon
State.
going there?
K-State is favored by 7 points. This one is a Big 12 meeting, but it's not a Big 12 conference game. It was scheduled, one of those deals where it was scheduled back in 2016 before Arizona joined the Big 12. So this is just a game. Arizona, interesting here, heavy favorites in their first 2 games. They won them, but they failed to cover both. And when you've got a lot of eyeballs, Mark Ingram, you know you need to make a splash, right? So Arizona football is doing that. Friday night on Fox, they're going to debut their red Cats in cursive helmets for this game, and they look spanking. You're going to dig that look. Their offense, impressive in week 1, really went down in week 2 last Saturday. As for K-State, Coach, I know you love Chris Kleiman and what he's been able to do.
You know who I love on Kansas State?
Who's that?
Avery Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
Quarterback. Yeah. He is the man.
They say he can fly.
Yeah, Coach, he's fast, Coach.
Yeah.
Fast. Coach Kleiman spent Monday, all he could do, Coach, was find all the places the teams can improve, and that happens after 2 weeks. They are one of the favorites to win the Big 12. They had troubles winning in New Orleans against Tulane on Saturday. And
Tulane's a good team, though.
Yeah, it is. I agree. According to BetMGM, 61% of the bets have come in for Arizona. Their home, though, is K-State. They're under the lights. They got that national audience on Fox Friday night. K-State wins and covers. There you go. Big noon kickoff, guys. Really excited about this trip. We are off to Madison, Wisconsin this Saturday. Alabama, a 15.5-point favorite on the road against the Badgers. 91% of the handle, or 91% of the total money, is on your Roll Tide roll, Mark.
People smart. That's all I got to say. The folks are smart, man. Put the money on the Tide. Just had a kind of unfortunate week, but that was a good week to have for them, I think, to grow, to learn from mistakes. Lots of penalties, about 3 touchdowns called back because of penalties, a lot of different exotic pressure they had to handle, playing behind the chains. There's a lot of things that they need to improve on and continue to excel at. So they're going to go back to the office. They're going to come ready to roll. They're going to go up to Wisconsin, and they're going to cover. They're going to handle it. So the 91% of the people, y'all are smart, and y'all going to make y'all money this week.
Alabama, 13 penalties for 120 yards against USF. Also had 3 turnovers. Really balanced, though. Jalen Milroe, they passed for 199 yards. They rushed for 194 yards. We're going to stay, Mark, with you. And in the SEC, LSU favored by 7 at South Carolina. I just want to remind you, we have not had your
game.
Double deuce dog, whatever it is, of the week. And I heard very low barking from you. I need some more barking.
Trap game.
I'm gonna go. You got.
Your dog of the week just wants to be pet behind the ears, right? It's not ferocious today.
I'm not doing good on the dog of the week, so I'm kind of. But no. So LSU -7, you said, right?
-7.
Favorites on the road going to South Carolina. I was number 1 in the country. Went to South Carolina and we got ambushed. So I'm going with South Carolina as my dog of the week. They got Lenore Sellers. They're 6'3", 240-pound quarterback. Then they got Raheem Sanders, 6 feet, 230 pounds at the running back. That's a lot of weight back there, Coach. That's a lot of weight. But I think
that's
South
a tough
Carolina,
place to play, Mark.
Yeah,
that is a
real
tough place.
I know personal hand because we done went there. We was number 1 ranked in the country. We went there to South Carolina, and they ambushed us.
Yep.
So LSU had a big week after bouncing back from the USC game. We'll see if they can continue that. But I like the points. I'm taking the points. I'm taking South Carolina. I'm taking them for my dog of the week.
I want to hear the dog.
I don't know, but South Carolina proved me right, so I can get back there.
There we go. There it is. The other ranked game this week, and it's not one many certainly would have expected coming into the season. How about Boston College at number 24 on the road at 6th-ranked Mizzou? The Tigers of Missouri, 16.5-point favorite. This week, guys, the SEC, 6 of the top 7 teams in the AP rankings, SEC schools. That's the first time it's happened in the 88-year
6 of the top 7
of the rankings. The only one is Ohio State sneaking in there. Even the Buckeyes fell down a little bit. All right, so far, 60% of the bets are on the Eagles, Coach. BC at Mizzou. Mizzou favored by 16.5.
Yeah, Bill O'Brien, the new coach, is a guy I know fairly well. Coached against him when he was at Penn State. I like the guy because he's tough. He's rugged. He's a perfect fit for Boston-type players. You know, when I was at Notre Dame, we'd play Boston College every year, and back in the day, they were rugged. Steve Adazio was a coach here. They went to 6 or 7 bowl games, and then they kind of fell off, but I think they're obviously a bowl team. They are number 1 rush team in the ACC with, how about this, Mark, 282 yards on the ground per game.
Wow.
So I think they'll go, and this against Florida, you know, they beat Florida State. They're 2-0, but Missouri's played, you know, Buffalo and Murray State, so it's a soft schedule. At first, I was going to go with Missouri to cover. It's at Missouri, but I think Boston College is going to slow the game down with the run game. I bet they snap the ball with 2 to 3 seconds left on the clock each, shorten the game, and they'll find a way to be close. I don't think BC wins, but I think they cover.
All right. Week 3, by the way, is apparently the new rivalry week out west. It's the 116th edition of the Apple Cup. I don't think it's apple picking season yet, although it felt like it in Michigan this week. Washington favored by 4.5 against Washington State. This one in downtown Seattle. And the line has done some movement. It's moved 4 points since it opened at 8.5. Let's talk about Washington at first. Guys, this is a cool little wrinkle. I'm curious your reaction to this. New Huskies head coach Jed Fish preaching discipline in a rivalry game, right? We all know that one. But he's been disciplined and well thought out with his checkbook as well. He and his wife, Amber, made a $1 million donation to UW's Go Big Ten fundraising campaign. So he's doing his financial part to keep his team equipped in the great arms race of college football. It feels a lot like me donating $300 to the Rob Stone grocery shopping fundraising campaign. But, put your money where your mouth is, right? And donate, Coach, to help your own cause.
I didn't know that. That's a big move. Washington, to me, is the unhurt, the unknown.
Yes.
They've lost everybody. And Jed Fish obviously had a great couple years at Arizona. But you asked me about Washington, I said, I have no idea. I think the world doesn't know yet.
Yeah, we're going to find out more in Seattle. They take on their rival team, Washington State, the Cougars. They dropped Texas Tech. It was a home win, and they won by 21. They were led, guys, by my new favorite player, Coach and Mark. I want to make sure we get this player in Mark's Heisman. What is it? Club Heisman or whatever we call it.
Club Heisman.
All right, so here we go. They were led by my new favorite player, the dual threat quarterback, John Crazy Legs Mateer. Week 1, the Texas native. What does he do? He throws for 352, 5 touchdowns. Last Saturday, let the kid run the rock. A quarterback school record, 197 rushing yards and a score. His defense showed up big time in the win as well. Forced 4 takeaways. Crazy legs. He starts press conferences by saying, sup. And he's got like that Minshew type headband. He's got that perfect swagger. My man, Crazy Legs, dances his way into Seattle, the Emerald City, and it's the Cougars getting the out-and-out win.
Wow.
Crazy Legs.
John
Crazy Legs Mateer. Let's go.
Crazy Legs Hirsch played it with
Sup.
Back me up, John. Back me up,
Sup.
Mateer. All right, let's stay out west, Coach. Oregon on the road, a 16.5-point favorite at Oregon State. Remember, the Ducks had that walk-off field goal at home to beat Boise State last Saturday night. They are a team, as their new quarterback, Dylan Gabriel, said, that is still trying to kind of find their identity. This game, Coach, opened up at 20.5, has moved 4 points down. So again, it's the Ducks favored by 16.5 and on the road.
Yeah, they have some issues in Eugene. They don't look like they finished last year. They, had some transition. Hey, Mark, how about this? They had a punt return and a kick return for touchdowns against Boise. If without those, they're
Lose the
1-1.
game.
They lost the
Yep.
game.
Ashton Genty,
Yeah,
Boise
from
State,
Boise,
our
right?
beast.
Yeah, he's a monster. But
He's a club Heisman for sure, Rob.
Dylan Gabriel's completing
Crazy
over
legs.
80% of his balls, but they're not throwing the ball downfield. There's a lot of stuff. We're just unsure. And they better get right because the Buckeyes roll into town, and that'll be whoever wins that one will be the front runner. Will win the Big Ten. Oregon State lost everyone. Lost their coach, lost their quarterback, running back, a bunch of several of the others. There's kind of a surprising 2-0 start. I've always respected Oregon State because they've had good coaches, good players. So I'm going to say, I would keep going back and forth on this one, but I think Oregon's going to start to get everything in order because I like that staff. I think they cover the 16.5.
Yeah, Dan Lanning saying after the win, there's a sense of relief because of that result. They keep
Better get some
sliding down.
urgency
Remember,
too.
what's
Yeah.
that?
I'd add there better be some urgency because it's
I
about to get real.
agree. And, maybe they got caught with the stars in their eyes with those lofty preseason
Sure.
rankings starting at number 3, second straight week. They slide down. They're now just inside the top 10. Oregon sitting there at number 9.
I need some momentum on my side, Stoner. I need the dog of the week to come through.
You even look sad. You're pouting over there in South Florida. Come on, man. That's not how you roll, Mark Ingram.
I'm sad.
You're sad.
I need my Scope Bus to get right.
Oh,
I need my dog of the week to get right. Come on, y'all.